Warning, we are a spoilers podcast. At times we are also an offensive podcast. And we are most certainly a verbally explicit podcast. So if you fear for any of your delicate sensibilities, please back up now before you reach the point of no return. Alright, pussies, this is your final warning.
Welcome to another episode of Cinematic Anarchy, where I have finally figured out how to use the mute button properly. I think so at this point, yes. Alright, so tonight we are going to be discussing the film Brain Damage. It's a 1988 film directed by Frank Hennenlotter. With me tonight I have Miss B.
Hello.
Mr. Omar.
Here's I.
And it's possible Spooky may hop in a little later. We're not sure. I left a message for her. I haven't heard anything. I don't think you've heard anything. She's your friend, Miss B, so I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything either. She said she was going to be at the beach, so I don't know. Maybe she's just having a good time.
Well, she's West Coast right now, so it's like 3 o'clock. It's still prime beach weather time.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean,
where does she live again?
Washington.
Oh, yeah. She,
right. I mean, you're not wasting the
3 hours
sunlight.
behind.
Don't waste the sunlight. If you want to stay out at the beach, stay out at the beach.
Do your thing.
All right. So we are discussing another film that Miss B has advised me is about as bad as the movie that shall not be named.
I said almost.
You said about, almost, yes.
Yeah, about getting there. What the fuck, Chris?
I don't think it was that bad.
At least nobody had to sit next to me to watch
Really,
it.
the parasite forcing itself into this bitch's mouth? Yeah, okay.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
The symbology, the symbology everywhere was super ugly.
The whole fucking, like, parasite being basically just a really addictive fucking drug for everybody, and it's just...
Yeah, it was a hallucinogen. Blue hallucinogen secretion. Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, I mean, he basically excreted a hallucinogen from his, I'm guessing...
blue goo from his needle dick into their brains.
Oh, well. And a little brain on top of his head. Elmer. Okay. Why did I think Frank?
Well, because he's got a Frank kind of voice. Like, there was no like creative voice acting for this character whatsoever. It was just some regular schmegular ass fucking dude.
It sounds like they used the same guy that did the voice for Salem the Cat in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. The original Sabrina.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember.
The guy that did the voice, though, he was pretty voice actor, I guess.
Why? There was no creativity in that voice. It's just this dude talking.
Okay, let me just put this into perspective here. This is by the same director that did that movie Basket Case that you don't like. So...
Well, that makes a lot of goddamn sense. Just as bad.
I liked this movie. It's honestly one of my favorite bad movies. And like I said, it is a bad movie.
Yeah.
Qualifying that right there.
Absolutely.
It's one of those films...
Granted.
Huh?
Granted. It's one of the few very bad movies that I like. I'll watch it. I mean...
There's
gonna be other things that I watch before I watch that, but if there's no other choice, I have no problem watching that and not turning the TV.
It's so bad it's funny. That's how I feel about it anyway.
Yeah, they meant though to make it scary. They did an effort to make that shit scary, but it's really like a piece of shit movie.
Oh, I don't think it was scary at all.
I wasn't scared. I was just very uncomfortable.
No, I wasn't scared neither. When I see the effort.
Yeah.
They try to make it scary. But it was
a very discomforting kind of movie. I don't like it.
It is quite disturbing.
Yeah. No, It was definitely very weird from back to front. I think the special effects, for the fact that it was a very low budget film, was not bad. And it was a low budget film from the mid to late 80s.
Okay, well, first of all, we need to talk about Aylmer's, like, fucking character design. Because what the fuck were those eyes?
He was part tentacle monster, part penis, part fucking brain. That's what it was.
Okay, but the eyes, like, why did they have to look like that? Why couldn't they just have given him, like, eye sockets and have him be some kind of, like, telekinetic, telepathic kind of creature? But no. They had to give him fucking weird, googly-ass fucking eyes. And the mouth with the little chiclet teeth, I can't.
Those eyes look like those old school cartoons when you strangle the character and the eyes.
Yes!
Yeah. Honestly, it reminds me of what I thought some of those Myrtle Leech creatures might look like. Remember we were talking about Myrtle Leeches? Way back when?
Yeah, I remember. Once upon a time.
The tentacle monster creatures. And...
way back when.
What does that look on your face, Miss B?
I think someone just tripped over the dog and got hurt.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know. They're all yelling at each other.
Do you want to go check on that?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, go check on that. Me and Omar will hold down the fort for a second while you go and check on your pup.
Talk amongst ourselves. So, what I think this movie accomplished was what probably Basket Case did it. There's one thing about Basket Case that I didn't feel that it was funny. It could have been, though, as a bad movie.
I felt like this was a cross...
It wasn't as bad, though. It wasn't as bad at Brain Damage, but it's nowhere halfway as funny. Nowhere nearly as funny.
So I felt like this movie was a cross between... I don't know if you've seen this movie either. It's a mid-90s movie with Donald Sutherland in it called Puppet Master.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Right. Basically, these creatures that attached to the back of the people's necks fed into their spinal cord and took them over. It was sort of like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers thing. It's like if you took that movie and you mixed it up with that old film Reefer Madness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what you would get right here.
Sensational, over the top.
It kind of feels more like Invasion of the Body Snatchers mixed with Slither.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like that's probably accurate too. Weirdly enough, there's not a whole lot to really discuss with this film, which is sad.
It's terrible. So at the very beginning of the movie, the camera zooms in on this like old couple. They're chilling or whatever, and they want to get fucked up. So they go up to their bathroom where they're keeping this fucking symbiote penis leech monster fucking thing, and see that their bathtub is empty. And I'm like, as soon as it comes in, they're like both screaming bloody murder at the fucking bathtub. And I'm like, why are they just screaming at empty water? And then I figured it out later on. Oh no, our high is gone. Omar, you're silent.
Yeah, I don't like the overacting by those two people. The older couple.
Come to think of it, most of the characters overact.
All of them. They all did.
Elmer was just chilling. That was the only one that was just relaxed.
Yeah.
He was just chilling. And he just knows something.
He shouldn't have been. Like, what? That voice, I can't get over that fucking terrible voice acting.
I feel like he must have done like some really old cartoons. Like he sounds like the voice of the butler in some cartoons that I used to watch.
Right?
The crazy thing is that he kept making him kill and feeding him brains and crazy shit. That was...
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like with a decent budget, the idea behind the movie is alright. But, oh god, the execution was just god awful.
I don't like the choice of the actor at all. I think that they could have used somebody with a slightly lower, raspier voice or something. It just didn't make sense.
Something a little more intimidating. Omar, you're silent again.
I'm not. I was just gonna say, I'm feeling like they try to look for. Did Christine? You remember Christine? The movie about the car. That was a sentient car.
I mean,
yes,
I remember hearing about it. I don't think I ever actually watched Christine.
Was Christine before this?
I believe so. I can look it up. I don't think it was around. Go ahead.
Somehow I feel like a lot of movies from around that little time period, they make movies. Christine was wildly successful, even though it wasn't even halfway decent.
Christine was
I feel like I feel all of these dudes that they got dudes that look like that guy in Christine somehow.
Christine was done 1983. This is 1988.
Christine was done when?
1983.
Oh, it was 5 years later. It was a bit after. But I feel that a lot of those movies, those guys would just look like the guy in Christine.
Yeah.
This one did.
I can see what you're... I haven't seen that movie in a long time, though. I would have to rewatch it to reassess what you're talking about.
Christine was a jealous, nasty bitch.
I started singing that Reba McEntire song in my head, Jolene, for some reason. I don't know why.
Reba McEntire's song?
Well,
Sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Not Reba. Dolly Parton.
There you go.
Dolly.
Disrespect the queen like that.
Didn't Reba do a cover of it?
Probably. I don't know. Reba's great, too.
Wait a minute. No. Dolly Parton is not the queen. The queen. I guess queen of
Who will be the queen to you, Chris?
Aretha Franklin.
As far as that good old country.
Oh, as far as country? Oh God, Patsy Cline, maybe?
Owen, get the fuck out of here!
If we're talking...
I will say Patsy or Rosemary Clooney. As far as like that really old school country goes.
If you're talking about... Because when I think of Queen of Soul, you got Aretha Franklin. Who would be the Queen of Rock?
The Queen of Rock?
Other than Freddie Mercury.
Amy Winehouse.
Well, but Amy Winehouse didn't really do rock music. It's more like a hard edge pop. But nevertheless, great, beautiful voice. I love everything she did. She could do no wrong in my book. But her stuff was more like tough out type stuff.
Yes.
She did some work with Nas that I still love. Every time I hear it, I get excited. Great, beautiful voice. Great talent. Gone too early. But to me, the Queen of Rock, that's hard.
Queen of Rock for me, I'm going to go with Lita Ford.
Lita Ford was more like kind of hard rock, no? Joan Jett.
Lita Ford. Well, the reason I go with Lita Ford is because she was part of... she did her own thing. She did some stuff with Ozzy Osbourne. And she also had a part in The Runaways. So I would put her up there anyway.
Good day. There's a few I could say. I stay in love with the voice of Chrissy Hynde from The Pretenders, but that's not necessarily rock. Oh, yeah. But it's also not like hard rock. It's like somewhere in between there.
It's still rock. I want to say it's more towards alternative.
I don't know if you remember The Pretenders, Chrissy Hynde.
I do remember Chrissy Hynde.
Beautiful voice. I love it.
She actually had a part in Friends.
She did, right? It's true.
She was like one of Phoebe's rivals. I'm trying to think of other people that I would consider like the Queen of Rock. Oh, yeah, Joan Jett would probably be right up there. Or what about Pat Benatar?
Pat Benatar too, and Pat Benatar did everything. as far as music and styles of music that she made, no Pat Benatar record sounds like the last.
Or if you really want to go back a little bit further, Janis Joplin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, that's rock.
Right. Janis Joplin.
Not hard enough to be metal, not soft enough to be pop. So like straight up.
I think I would lean towards Janis Joplin. I think if we're going to go overall, we're going classic. We're talking about like some of the older rock. And
it seemed like she was at her time, like putting out a lot of music from what I look at her catalog to be for such a short life and career. She put out a lot of stuff.
True.
Because it wasn't like a super long career, but there's a lot of Janis Joplin.
I think, you don't hear a lot of people remaking Janis Joplin either. Though you know who would do really good at remaking some of Janis Joplin's stuff? You know, there was I want to say a 90s artist by the name of Joss Stone.
I love Joss Stone. That's my heart. Joss Stone did some Janis Joplin stuff, I think. I think she actually sang some Janis Joplin with the Roots. He did like a whole thing with the Roots, like Unplugged or whatever. And she sang some Janis Joplin stuff. Because you know the Roots are a hip hop group, but they're into everything and they'll play whatever.
Isn't that No, that's not what I'm thinking of. Why was I thinking they did a little bit with what's his name, Jimmy Fallon?
They're still there.
The house band, right?
Yeah, there's a house band for Jimmy Fallon, but they've been in hip hop for like 20 years. It was probably the second or third band, like hip hop band, that played with real instruments.
Very true.
It was pretty crazy because I've been to one of their shows back in the day, and they will play like other people's stuff. Whoever they saw that were actual rappers on the stage, they will play it, and they will start just like in the record, and they will ask them to come up on stage. Yeah, their leader, who is the drummer, Questlove, he's a genius. He is deep.
You know who I'm impressed with as both a musician and a comedian? Reggie Watts.
Oh, yeah. Reggie Watts got to play like 1,000 instruments. He's
kind of reminds me of a more tech-savvy Bobby McFerrin. I don't know if you know who Bobby McFerrin is, Miss B.
No idea.
You probably heard it. They make fun of the song now, but it's an old 80s song called Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Okay, yeah.
That guy basically did that entire song with nothing but his throat, his voice. So all the background music, it's all him, with his voice.
Yeah. Word.
Reggie Watts is exactly like that, except for he uses one of those pads. He records little things and then little loops, and then he just uses his voice to make music.
Yeah, that soundboard.
Soundboard. I run a podcast and I forgot the word fucking soundboard. Oh, God damn it.
Are you okay, Chris? Are you tired?
I might be a little tired. I got an hour and a half sleep last night.
Jesus, man. Get some more sleep.
I've been having bouts of insomnia.
A wild party?
No, just not sleeping. I've got to try to get my sleep patterns back in check. But I couldn't sleep last night. I laid up in bed just kind of looking at the ceiling. That's about it. Well, I feel like we stopped talking about brain damage about 7 minutes in, and we're hitting the 20-minute mark. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. We're going to go to station identification, which is not a thing on a podcast. We're actually going to go to sponsors for a moment. Thank you very much, Anchor, for continuing to sponsor both of our podcasts. And we will be back in a short moment. Thank you for sitting here through our sponsors once again. And once again, thank you, Anchor. Thank you. All praise to the people that actually give us a little money. And we're going to go ahead and skip over the pitch storm today. Our crew is running on practically zero brain power today.
We're running on fumes.
Right, yeah.
We kind of are.
Nothing but smoke and mirrors up in my head right now. So,
Literally.
well, for you it's literal.
You got smoke and mirrors, you got smoke, I got mirrors.
Okay, so...
I got tin foil, does that count as a mirror? Oh wait, no, I got this knife.
That works too.
There we go. Smoke and mirrors.
So we're just
and this giant mirror right next to me that I'm completely ignoring. I'm fucking stupid.
The actual mirror.
The actual, like, giant-ass fucking... Hold on.
Oh, you're like seasick. Yeah. Now, big-ass mirror. Wow, okay.
Yeah, big-ass mirror.
Huge. That's a full-length mirror attached to a full-length mirror is what that is.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do a few questions from a game called I Wish I Didn't Know. Some of the questions are fairly, I want to say mundane, and some of them are actually quite disgusting. So we're just going to start from the top of the deck. I'm not entirely sure Omar's there. Is he still there? Where are you?
He vanished again.
I'm confused.
Where in the world is Omar Sanchez?
Well, I don't want to start asking questions and then have him pop. What were we talking about? Well, the questions that you were not here to actually hear. This is a trivia thing.
A heads up would be nice.
Right? Like, wait 1 minute. I'm moving. I'm leaving. I didn't even see him move that time. And he's got a little reflection there in his. I'm looking in the window in the background.
Oh my god. We're so creepy.
Right?
That's some stalker shit, just like staring at the window in the background looking for movement.
Could you imagine that I'm here just talking to you just casually and you see a face right behind me? Probably the podcast closest to Halloween I'll do that. I just put a face there.
Next week.
It's called perception.
But I'll put it on the outside so it looks like there's somebody outside staring in.
Next week we have to start a true crime podcast based on Omar's disappearance, you know.
I'm sorry guys. I think it's my smoke alarm, the battery's going low.
Oh, it keeps beeping?
Oh my god, it was driving me crazy.
It'll do that like every 5 to 10 seconds it's just beep beep. Oh my god, I hate that.
No, it just starts beeping, and I reset it stopped, but a minute later it goes, continuously.
Alright. So, let's go ahead and start with the first question of the deck. Got a hankering for a Big Mac, or if you're in this capital state, you're out of luck because it's the only state capital without a McDonald's. Is it A, Little Rock, Arkansas, B, Montpelier, Vermont, C, Des Moines, Iowa, or D, Trenton, New Jersey?
I'm going to say Montclair, Vermont. Everywhere else sounds like it will have a McDonald's. Montclair, Vermont, there's too much good stuff to eat out there.
Wait, okay, so, repeat the list again?
A, Little Rock, Arkansas. Yep, Arkansas. There we go. There's my tongue trip for the day.
There it goes.
Little Rock, Arkansas. Montpelier, Vermont. Des Moines, Iowa. Or Trenton, New Jersey.
Iowa.
You're going to go with Iowa?
I want to say Vermont because there's too much good stuff to eat out there. I mean, I wouldn't even think of McDonald's somewhere like Vermont. Vermont is a great place to gain weight.
Well, Omar, you are correct, sir. It is Montpelier, Vermont.
I'm always wrong.
And I've been to Vermont, but I haven't been to Montpelier.
All right, next question. The metal studs or rivets on your jeans aren't just pointless pieces of metal. They serve a purpose. They are specifically designed to A, add support where the denim is more likely to wear out. B, snap other accessories onto jeans so people who work with tools. C, keep people from stealing them in stores. Or D, protect against moths.
Wow.
The tools.
Okay, so you're going with B, snap tools into place?
Support where the jeans are most likely to wear out, but I don't think so. No, because there's no metal in the inner thigh. That's where they really wear out.
It's B.
You're for us chubby guys. You know the experience, Chris.
Miss B was right this time. A B for B.
Yeah!
B for B.
All right, next question. Bet you've never noticed this before. Which king in a deck of cards is the only one without a mustache? Is it the King of Hearts, the King of Diamonds, the King of Clubs, or the King of Spades?
Oh, son of a bitch.
King Louis the 13th.
I don't think
no, the King of Spades.
Okay, so you say King of Spades?
Fuck. You know, it's taking everything in me not to go in my drawer right now and check out my cards.
Well,
but,
go ahead.
I'm gonna go with
the King of. I found it. I was wrong. So
you found it? Oh, fuck you. I don't know. Fredo, what king in a deck of cards doesn't have a mustache? Hearts, diamonds, spades, or...
Sounds like you're naming off Lucky Charms.
Yeah, right?
I was wrong.
Clubs are the clovers?
Or clubs, yeah, clovers. Thank you. I couldn't think of the last one. I brain's dead.
Well, it's a basically 1 in 25 shot. Is that what it is?
I'm gonna say
1 in 4 shot.
The club.
Club. It is the King of Hearts.
Yeah.
Of course. You know what? Of course, it's the King of Hearts.
Okay. Ray Tomlinson holds a special place in history. He sent the first email to himself in 1971. Unfortunately, the message was dumb as hell. What did Tomlinson's email say? Is it A?
Dumb as hell.
Is it A? Is this thing on? B? Queerdiopo? C? Can you dig it? Or D? Ground control to Major Tom?
Wait, hold up. I didn't hear C.
Can you dig it?
I like ground control to Major.
Okay.
Is this thing on?
It is actually B, the word that I can't pronounce correctly, the Queerdiopo.
Probably, I guess, yeah.
Somebody's going to listen to this podcast and be like, I know what the fuck that is, and you're saying it wrong. You are saying it wrong.
I hope they do.
Right? I want commentary. You can actually go on to Anchor, listen to the podcast, and then leave us a message. If you can find it, because apparently Miss B can't find it anymore on Anchor.
I need to go back on and check it out, actually.
I usually listen on Spotify, so...
Well, yeah, most of my people listen to us on Spotify.
Ah, me too. Me too. That's where most most people I know anyway. We're getting in the low areas though for listenership right now, so we've got to try to drum up some extra business, so to speak.
Yep.
Yep. All right, next question. The dot above the lowercase I and J has a name, and it sounds pretty perverted. What is it called? Is it A, the dicklet, B, the coxswain, C, the pussling, or D, the tittle?
That's the name. That sound. King Clank.
Sorry, that was me.
It's okay.
Yes, the clank.
Anyway, what was the last one?
Tittle.
The tittle. The dicklet, if it sounds that perverted.
It's either the dicklet or the tittle.
The pussling.
No? Okay.
You're a very loud whisperer.
I'm terrible. Well, I mean, the fucking microphone's right in my face.
Yeah, I would like...
No, they're asking what the dot above an I or J is called. And it's like a super perverted sounding thing.
Yeah.
It's either the dicklet or the tittle.
The tittle.
I'm going to go with Dicklet.
All right. It is D, the tittle.
Of course it's the tittle.
You were so close. You knocked it down to 50-50, and you went with the wrong 50.
Yeah, right?
You flipped the wrong coin, Miss B. All right.
You know, that's how my life usually goes. It's one of two, and I always choose the wrong one.
What is...
You were close enough, though.
Okay, so, next one. What is Barbie's full name? Is it A, Barbara Brilliantine Anderson, B, Barbara Ann Smith, C, Barbara Millicent Roberts, or D, Barbara Jacqueline James?
Part of me wants to say Millicent Roberts.
I like Barbara Millicent Roberts, and I like Barbara Jacqueline, James.
Jacqueline.
Give me A and B again.
A is Barbara Brilliantine Anderson, and the B is Barbara Ann Smith.
I'm going to go with Barbara Ann Smith.
Okay. Omar, you're going with Millicent Roberts?
Roberts or Smith? No, James. James or Roberts are mine.
You got to pick one. You can't pick two and hope for the best. Okay, it is Barbara Millicent Roberts.
Oh, God damn it. I should have gone with first instinct.
I was right then? Wow.
Okay, raise your hand.
I don't know, for some reason, Robert sounds so common and, like, cookie cutter.
Well, I mean, remember, Barbie was invented, like, what, the 40s?
Back in the cookie cutter times.
Yeah, back in the fucking Little Housewife era.
Speaking about seeing faces behind Omar while he's doing the podcast, I saw the little man just pop up a second ago.
Yeah, he's still around. He's looking for a popsicle or something.
Alright, next question. Want to dazzle friends with pointless information? Tell them the sleeve on the outside of a coffee cup has a name, and it's called A, the Kennekin, B, the Zarf, the Zarf, C, the Ratoon, or D, the Slide?
I want to go with the Slide.
I don't even want to say anything. Let's say the Ratoon for game's sake. That I never thought of it.
Okay. It is B, the Zarf.
What the
Zarf?
fuck?
It's a
With
Zarf.
a Z?
Yep. It is B, the Zarf. Z-A-R-F.
Zarf.
I didn't even... Z-A-R-F. I said Z-A-R-F.
Well, no.
The more you know.
I can imagine Starbucks ordering Zarfs. It sounds like some magical thing from Harry Potter. Install the sacred Zarf.
This guy's got, like, spooky figures walking around in his window.
And Omar's talking on mute again. Look at that. He went out. Is he on mute?
I think he is on mute.
No, you're not on mute?
I am.
Oh, you are.
So that was the reflection of the refrigerator door. What I was saying is the name Zarf sound like something out of Harry Potter. Like I could imagine that he stole the sacred Zarf.
Okay. So that's... I wouldn't have guessed that either.
I feel like I just heard a child disagreeing with Zarf being part of the Harry Potter world.
Zarf.
No, he was disagreeing with me closing the refrigerator.
Oh.
Alright, next question. We just... Oh, whole lot of dead air there. That's my fault.
Yeah, right?
I did it this time. It's my fault. I've got the questions in my hands, and I could have just started one, and instead I just like, hey, let's sit here for, what was that, 2-3 seconds and say nothing? Yeah.
I mean, the movie title is accurate for how we're all feeling tonight.
Brain damage.
Yeah.
The fucking picture that they used for the, like, front of this for brain damage for, like, the
kills me.
On Tubi? No, on Tubi with the woman who's got her fist to her head.
Yeah. can't stand it.
All right, so next question. Here we go. According to a 2012 survey, which common office handle is the dirtiest of all? A, the microwave door handle. B, the refrigerator door handle. C, front door handle. Or D, the drawers to the office copier.
Front door handle. Most people touch it.
Okay.
Refrigerator or microwave.
You can
I'm
pick
going to
one.
say refrigerator.
Okay. The microwave door handle.
Really?
Oh my god! Every time!
Why? How come? I would say the door, the front door. Most people touch that.
But I think it's because most people don't think to clean the handle on the microwave door. It's like an afterthought. They clean that screen all the time, but rarely do people actually clean the handle. Because you want to be able to see in, but you don't think, hey, well, this is dirty. Why is this sticky all of a sudden? All right, next question. Your new boyfriend just admitted he's into pegging. What does that mean?
I'm buying a strap-on.
Oh, you're just going to answer it without me saying anything? How could you? How could you? Is it A, he has a fetish for fake limbs? B, he's turned on by pirates? C, he wants you to put a dildo in his ass?
Hold on,
D,
there's a whole bunch of background noise. I can't hear you.
You can't... Where? Where is there background noise?
There it is.
There. Okay. So is it A, he has a fetish for fake limbs, B, he's turned on by pirates, C, he wants you to put a dildo in his ass, or D, he wants you to use multiple sex toys on you?
He wants a dildo in his ass.
Yes. Omar doesn't even want to be part of this conversation. He's like, nah, I'm good. He's like, I'm just going to stay on mute. He's just shaking his head. No.
I'm not that liberal.
And there's also no way for you to answer the question there.
Mm-mm. On that one, I'm all set.
All right. Next question. I think we can do a couple more of these.
Alrighty.
Butter makes everything better unless it's truffle butter. Truffle butter is slang for A, a combination of fluids from having anal sex and intercourse. B, the semen that leaks back out of a woman after sex. C, the wet part of a woman's underwear when she gets excited. Or D, when a man finishes on his partner's face and lets it dry.
I was hungry until up to like about a second ago.
And I didn't know this either, so...
Nope, I don't know this one. I'm going to say B, because they all sound awful.
You're going to say B? What do you say?
Sure. I don't even want to know.
I would say C, just for the sake of competition, especially since I excused myself from the last question.
Okay, the answer is C. The wet part of a woman's underwear when she gets excited is called truffle butter.
That's awesome. These are things I don't want to know.
That's the name. That's the name. I wish I didn't know.
It's a thing nobody really can.
All right.
Truffle butter.
Next question. What's the term for two women who've had sex with the same man? Is it A, dong duplicates, B, jizz twins, C, Eskimo sisters, or D, scissor sisters?
C.
I will say jizz twins, because in Spanish, well, not Spanish, Dominicans, like old school Dominicans, we used to call like two girls that have been with the same guy, or the guy cheated on one with the other, whichever the case may be, two girls did the same guy, we'll call them milk sisters. But that's an old school Dominican thing.
Okay.
Just twins sounds like the closest one to me.
The answer to the question is C, Eskimo sisters.
I was right.
Eskimo sisters?
Scissor sisters is a completely different thing.
Oh,
yeah, I will say.
It's a lesbian thing.
I will say.
Oh, God, okay. You want to lose a little bit more of your appetite? Keep listening, Omar.
No!
I'm here.
Here we go.
I'm still here.
The act of shitting on someone's chest and then pressing it with a tennis racket is called...
I hate you. That's what it's called.
A, an Alabama ace. B,
it's called a no thank you.
A Detroit dirt slap. C, a Cleveland hot waffle. Or D, a Philadelphia fecal flop.
A Cleveland hot waffle sounds like. Why does it have to have a name?
Because everything has to have a name. Don't you know?
No. I mean a name of a state.
You gotta label it.
I know. I remember when you used to like go to the bathroom this was back in the 90s. If you gotta go to the bathroom number 2, you used to say, "I'm gonna take the Cleveland Browns to the Super Bowl."
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I would think what was it, Detroit? How about we get those choices? I'm sorry.
Okay. They are the Alabama Ace, the Detroit Dirt Slap, the Cleveland Hot Waffle, or the Philadelphia Fecal Flop.
I think the Cleveland Waffle. Hot Waffle?
Okay, so you're going with Cleveland Hot Waffle. Both of you? Same one?
Yeah, we both said C.
You're both correct. Because it's the only one that leaves a waffle pattern. With like I'm not high-fiving you for that one. This is disgusting.
No, her. We both got it right.
I was going to say,
at least me and Nico are clean enough to know
I'm on mute, and I'm trying to say things, and I'm on mute, and I hate my life. Yeah, words.
Right now, I even hate my life, too, just listening to all this.
What?
God damn it.
Cleveland Dirt Waffle. Hot Waffle.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
The Cleveland
Hot
Waffle.
Thanks.
Okay.
It does sound like some Kentucky thing, though.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
The German waffle.
Your chances of getting away with murder are A, 25%, B, 40%, C, 10%, or D, 20%.
20.
I have to say 20. Are there studies that say like the chances of getting away?
There is a study, yes, and I'm guessing that's based off of cold murder cases. Based off of people that have been caught and people that have not been found, I guess. That's the only way that I could think of it, because that would be unsolved murders. Like, we couldn't solve this murder, so obviously somebody got away. You are 40% likely to get away with murder.
Whew, that is
really
too high.
40%.
I think it's too high. Forensics are sloppy right now. They're slacking off. We need some CSI. Mary McNally.
I feel like maybe CSI might over-exaggerate what they can do, just a little bit.
Now I'm thinking that, yeah. I thought that's how they worked, all real. To me, that was so real.
Of course it's not. You can't believe anything you see in shows. They don't have all this good technology.
So, next question. We're gonna
go through some things. Nobody's Horatio. Horatio, what was his name from CSI? Miami? The red dude?
Oh, the guy David Caruso's character.
David Caruso's character, yeah. Horatio Grant. I think.
Anyway.
That Google.
Okay, so we're going to do 2 more questions and then we are going to be done for the night. Do you feel like you're about to get fired? You probably will, and this is the most common reason people are let go. Is it A, age, B, gender, C, hygiene, or D, personality?
Personality.
You got let go.
Actually, no. Either personality or hygiene. I'm going to say hygiene.
You mean the most likely reason for me to get fired?
The most likely reason for people to get fired is this.
Personality.
Age, gender, hygiene, or personality?
Personality.
It is D, personality.
God damn it, every time.
You know, you got this thing where you flip the coin and it lands on heads for you, and then you decide, nah, I don't think I like that, and you flip it again, you get tails, you realize you lost.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and you had the right answer the first time around. You changed your mind. Need to lose weight. You'll probably be eating lots of sugar-free foods which have this pleasant side effect. Is it A, memory loss, B, diarrhea, C, alien hand syndrome, or D, cancer?
Yeah. Dead air.
Yeah, dead air. I'm waiting for you guys to say something. It's like...
Right?
Cancer. Cancer.
Okay, you guys say cancer. It is diarrhea. Diarrhea. Sugar-free foods apparently cause diarrhea. I'm thinking that's because of some of the aspartame components to it. Maybe it causes diarrhea.
Probably.
The different things that they use to compensate for the lack of sweetness.
Cancer does cause... I was going to say cancer does cause aspartame, but aspartame does cause cancer.
Cancer causes aspartame. That's a bold statement right there.
It's bold of you to assume.
Aspartame causes cancer in laboratory rats if you inject 500 times more than you would put in a normal dose in a human body.
Well, I mean, obviously it would cause cancer.
Right.
It will cause something.
Jesus.
Well, of course, you're putting that much of anything in. You put fucking 500 times more vitamin C in my body than I should have, and it's going to cause a fucking issue. You know?
Right? Jesus,
yeah, it's way too much.
Aggressive.
Right? No, I'm just saying, you know, they do these studies, and it's like, it's always to the extreme. It's like, well, I'm not going to get that much aspartame in my body unless I'm sitting here and just mainlining fucking Sweet and Low all day long.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, there's some other chemicals that they put in this shit that'll do more damage than the aspartame will, but they have to give you
free
one thing.
Sweet and Low.
The sugar industry wanted to make sure that you knew that you could possibly get cancer from eating something that's not sugar.
I mean, nowadays you can get cancer from everything.
That's like the tobacco industry paying somebody to tell them there's something worse than smoking too many cigarettes. It makes sense if you think about it. They want you to not think the cigarettes are all that bad, so we need to distract you from that. No, they're blatant about it now. They put it on all the packages. It may do this, it may do that. If you're pregnant, don't do this. I've seen pregnant people smoking. They don't care. I'm a smoker. I'm sorry. I'm not quitting cold turkey for 9 months.
Yeah.
See a lot of that down in the South. A lot of that.
I believe it.
So, now that we are coming to a crawling halt at the end of the podcast here,
crawling is correct.
Jeez, there's a whole lot of dead air going on here.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm not helping at all.
Well, you're distracted. It doesn't help.
I'm distracted.
Everybody's low on brain power. It's a holiday weekend. I'm sure.
I'm distracted with the alcohol.
Everybody's been imbibing in something, whether it be the alcohol or the smoke.
And you'd be surprised. I haven't even poured on any.
And I'm currently playing with hot glue.
Well, that's you got to kind of pay attention to that. You can't be melting your fingers together. Don't do that.
Yeah, right. I actually got this giant ass burn on my thumb from the other day, and I was paying very close attention to what I was doing.
I played hot spatula. These two fingers right here. Nobody can see them. I'm holding my pinky and my index finger to them to actually see it. But, I burnt my two fingers because I picked up a metal spatula that was a little too close to the flame, and I wasn't paying attention to the fact that it might be hot. Yep.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
All right, so on behalf of myself, Omar, Miss B, thank you for listening to the podcast, and thank you for making it this far into a podcast about brain damage that stopped being about brain damage 7 minutes in.
Yeah, right? Jesus, we are just terrible sometimes.
Well, I love.
Yeah, we can be.
I feel like if we had the other people on the podcast, if they had showed up tonight, like we would have had a slight. This is why we need that 4-person component. We need to have.
Yeah.
I think like 4 to 5 people gives you enough conversation to go around and actually do a little bit, but 3 people, after a few minutes, your opinions are out the door.
Especially in a holiday weekend, where people are either imbibing or partaking.
Imbibing, partaking, already done, and melted into the couch. One of the two.
And taken apart.
That's actually 3.
Melting into the cardboard. Literally.
There you go.
Don't melt. Don't melt. Don't melt.